Hello student. In this video, I am going to solve the most expected question in NEET 2020 from the chapter General Organic Chemistry. See the first question here. The bond between the carbon 1 and carbon 2 in the compound involves the overlap of the orbitals. Okay, so we have to identify the hybridization of the carbon 1 and carbon 2. So they're given this compound here. So let me write the particular the structure here. So this is the particular structure of that compound here. So this is the C, and here we are having which is the CH, and again we are having a double bond CH2. Now what we have to do is what you have to give the numbering to the carbon. So according to the IUPAC system, you have to give the numbering to the functional group. This will be gets you the first, this will be the second. Okay, see the next one here. So especially for the hybridization of the carbon, you have to remember this concept here. The valency of the carbon is the 4. If the carbon is surrounded by the 4 sigma bond, it is always a which is the sp3. If the carbon is surrounded by the which is the 3 sigma bond and the 1 pi bond, it is always a which is the sp2. If it is 2 sigma and the 2 pi bond, the hybridization is the which one, the sp. So let me come for the first one. So here between the first this carbon to this nitrogen, the first bond is the sigma bond, the remaining will be the which is the pi bond. There is a 2 pi bond, and here you just go to this one. You just identify this carbon here. So we got the 2 sigma and the 2 pi bond. Hence the carbon 1, the hybridization is the sp. So come to the carbon 2. So from this carbon to this carbon, it is a sigma bond. Carbon to hydrogen is sigma bond. Carbon to carbon sigma bond, and the one more bond is the pi bond. Again you just identify the second carbon. Here we got the which in the 3 sigma and the 1 pi bond. So hence what you are going to have sp2. Okay, hence the hybridization of the first carbon is sp. The second carbon is the sp2. Hence the option in this one is the C. Okay, so next question. In Dumas method, the gas collected is, okay, just identify this one. This is the one of the estimation of the nitrogen present in the organic compound. So we know the particularly the reactions. You have to remember the general reaction, then you come to know. So you just identify this one here. So this is the carbon, this is the organic compound. We know that it is containing carbon and hydrogen. If suppose if it is containing a nitrogen, I am going to write it in this form. Okay. So whenever it reacts with the copper oxide, that means I am going to take it in this form. This is general equations here. Okay, that's the y by 2, 2x into y plus y by 2 of this the cupric oxide. If we heat this one, okay, here we are going to get that is the 2x plus y by 2 of the which is the copper. Okay, these are the products what you are going to get. Okay, and the next thing is what we are going to get the which is the x of carbon dioxide. And next thing is what the y by 2 of, because if the hydrogen is present, it gets oxidized to which one, the water. If it is the nitrogen, here we are going to get the which is the nitrogen gas. So these are the product. The one thing is carbon dioxide, the water, and also what you are going to get the nitrogen. But the carbon dioxide, whatever the gas you are going to get, that will be absorbed by the which in the potassium hydroxide. Okay, now here the gas liberated is which one, that's the nitrogen. Okay, so hence in this case the option is that is the A. So next one, the compound which contains the primary, secondary, tertiary and the quaternary carbon atom. Okay, just remember this one, the concept here. So if it is the primary, so I am talking about if it is the primary carbon atom, I am talking about the which is the primary carbon atom. So how to identify? That means if the carbon is containing this, it is attached to which in the 3 hydrogen, what you are going to call the primary carbon atom. If it is the secondary carbon atom, it contains the 2 hydrogen. So if it is the tertiary, it will be containing which is the 1 hydrogen atom. If it is the quaternary, that means this, if it is the quaternary carbon atom, we don't have the hydrogen, that means the 0. So it is attached to the different alkyl or maybe the different group, but it does not containing which is the hydrogen. That means we don't have the which is the hydrogen in the quaternary carbon atom. Okay, just go to this one, it identify. So 2 comma 2 comma 3 trimethyl pentane. Okay, let me write the particular the structure here. So the 2 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, so see this one, CH3. In the second positions we are having CH3. Again here also I am going to write the CH3. Here it is the CH, CH3, CH2, CH. This is the structure for the first one here. So this is for the first one. So let me write for the second one here. Just go to this one here. 3 chloro 2 comma 3 the dimethyl pentane. Okay, CH3, CH, CH3. The second positions we are having which is the methyl. The third positions we are having which is the chlorine. Again we are having which is the methyl. So we are going to write it like this. Okay, just go to this one. So this is according to the particle the name here. Okay, and next I'm going to write the third one here, that is the 2 comma 3 comma 4 trimethyl pentane. Okay, so CH3, second positions we are having a methyl, and again in the third position also we are having a the methyl, and even in the fourth position also we are having a methyl. Okay, and again what you are having, that is the CH3. Okay, so see the fourth one here, the last one here, 3 comma 3 dimethyl pentane. So 3 comma 3, that is the third positions we are having a, that is the methyl. Okay, so 3 comma 3, that is the dimethyl, that is the pentane. Okay, so this is the particular the structure. What you have to identify, the compound which contains all the types of the carbon atom. Just come to this one. This is the primary, this is the primary, this is the primary, this one is the quaternary, this one is the tertiary, this is the primary, this is the secondary, this is the primary. In this case we can identify all the types of the particular carbon. Okay, so let it be this one is the particular the carbon. Now see the next one here. This is the primary, this is the tertiary, this is the primary. Okay, just go to this one. This is not a which is the particular the quaternary, because whenever it forms the particulars the alkyl halide, that means the hydrogen is of the hydrocarbon is replaced by this one. So hence this is the tertiary, it is not a quaternary. Okay, so because we know the haloalkanes. Haloalkanes are the derivatives of the which one, the alkanes, in which one or more hydrogen atoms of alkanes are replaced by which one, that is the halogen. Okay, but hence this is not a which is the quaternary, it is a which is the tertiary, and this is the secondary, this is the primary. So here we are having the primary, tertiary, this is the primary, tertiary, tertiary, this is the primary. So primary, primary. We can't identify the which is the secondary as well as the quaternary. This is the primary, secondary, and this is the quaternary. So this is the primary carbon atom, primary, secondary, and this one is the primary. So but you just identify here we can't identify all the types of the which in the carbon atom. Hence in this case the option is, that is the A. You just go to this concept here, we can easily identify the types of the carbon atom. Okay, next one. The 10 ml of hydrocarbon on complete combustion gave 30 ml of carbon dioxide and 20 ml of water. The molecular formula of the compound is, okay, so see this one. So you have to remember the particle, this one, the equations here. So we are having the CX and the HY. It is a hydrocarbon. So whenever it undergoes the combustions, that means the X plus Y by 2 of the which one, the O2 we have to take. So we know the combustion, the product here. So it is always a which one, the carbon dioxide and the water. Always you are going to get the carbon dioxide and the water. Okay, here I am going to write this is the X, and here I am going to write the which is the Y by 2. Okay, so what is the ml of the hydrocarbon we took? This is the 10 ml. Okay, so if I write here that this is the 10 ml, okay, the 10 ml of this one, and here we are going to get that is the 10x, which is equal to 30 ml of carbon dioxide. This is the what we got. And next thing is the 20 ml of this one. That means you got the 10 ml. So here what you are going to write, there is the 10 into y by 2, which is equal to which is the 20 ml. So 20 ml of which one, the water we got here. So what you have to calculate the x and the y. So in this case, so 10x which is equal to the 30. That means the x which is equal to the 3. So we got what is x. Similarly, we have to calculate the y. That is the 10 into y by 2, which is equal to the 20. Okay, if you do the this one here. Okay, this is the 2 here, the y by 2. Okay, and finally here we are going to get the which is the 4. Okay, if you do the calculations here, we are going to get the which is the 4. Okay, now see this one here. So here we got the which is the x is equal to 3 and the y is equal to the 4. Substitute here, that becomes the C3H4. That becomes the C3H4. Hence the option is, that is the B. The option is B. So next one. The partition coefficient of an organic compound A is 20 between ether and water. 5 gram of A in 50 ml of water is shaken with 50 ml of ether. A extracted into the ether. Okay, just identify this one here. So now we are to, they are given the partition coefficient. I am going to take it as a which in the K. Okay, so initially there is the 5 gram of A are present in the water. Okay, the 5 gram of A is present in the water. That means what is the ml of the water? that is your the 50 ml. Okay, by using this equation, K which is equal to C1 divided by the what the C2, the concentration, that means your the solute A present in the what the 50 ml of water. Next thing is the what the solute A present in the what the ether. Okay, so 5 by 50, we don't know what the amount of the compound A is extracted in the what the ether. Out of 5 there will be some decrease. I'm going to write the 50 like this. Okay, so now the partition coefficient they're given the what the 20. So here we are going to get, here the 50 gets cancelled, the remaining is the what the 5 divided by the what the 5 minus 6. Okay, that means 50, the out of the what the 5 gram, out of the what the 5 gram there will be some extractions towards the what the ether. Okay, so now if you do the what the cross multiplication, so now I'm going to take, so 20 into 5 minus x which is equal to what the 5, and now we are what we got, that is the what the 100, so minus the what the 20x which is equal to what the 5. Now see the next thing here, the 20x which is equal to 100 minus 5. So let me substitute here. So 20x which is equal to what the 95, the x which is equal to, so 95 divided by the which is what the 20. Here the value what we are going to get is 4.75 gram. Okay, so here it is near to the which is the 4.8, and the option is which one, the D. Okay, next one, the compound which gives you the most stable carbocation on dehydration. Okay, let me take the first one here. So we have to identify the most stable carbocation. Okay, see this one here. So CH3 CH, here it is your the CH3, this is the what the CH2, this is the what the OH. So this is the what the first one. Okay, this is the first one. Let me take the second one here, that is the what the CH3, here it is the what the CH3, and here you just identify this one, this is the what the CO, this is a tertiary butyl alcohol. Okay, now see the third one here. So here we are having CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH2, CH2OH. Okay, so see the last one here, that is the fourth one, CH3 single bond CH OH, and here it is the CH2 and the CH3. You just identify this one. So whenever if you break this bond during the particularly the dehydration, there is a formation of carbocation. Here it forms the carbocation. So whenever it breaks, it forms the carbocation, and here also just identify this one here. It forms the carbocation, and here also it forms the carbocation. Okay, just I am going to erase the OH group here, and then you come to know. So see this one here. Okay, see this one. So here it forms the different types of the which is the carbocation. Now we have to identify which one is the more stable one. Okay, see this one. So this is the what type of the carbocation. So here we got the which is the primary carbocation. This is the the tertiary carbocation. So again if you break this one here, so when you break this here, so again what does it form, that is the primary. It is not a allylic, it is not a allylic one, it is just a primary, and this one is the secondary carbocation. So generally we know that the order of the stability of carbocation, we know that tertiary carbocations are most stable. Next comes the primary, sorry, secondary, so primary, and the next thing is the methyl carbocation. So now we have to identify the most stable carbocation is which one, this one. Okay, hence the option is B. The option is B. Next one, how much of sulfur is present in an organic compound if 0.53 gram of the compound gave 1.158 gram of barium sulfate on analysis? Okay, so you have to remember this one here. So because during the estimation of the sulfur, okay, so we know we are going to get the precipitate here. So barium sulfate, okay, according to this the particular the formula, it contains the 1 sulfur. If we calculate which in the molar mass for this one, so the atomic mass of the barium will be the 137. That means if we do the calculations here we are going to get the which is the 233 gram. So 233 gram of barium sulfate contains 32 gram of the sulfur. This is according to the equation. But during the experiment we got, that is the 1 point. Okay, so let me write this is the 1.158 gram of barium sulfate. Okay, out of this gram of the barium sulfate, we don't know what is the mass of the sulfur. Okay, so now we have to calculate the which is the mass of sulfur. The mass of sulfur that becomes the 1.158 into 32, so divided by the which is the 233. If you do the calculations here we are going to get 0.1 159 gram. So here we got the mass of the sulfur, but what we have to calculate the percentage of sulfur. The percentage of sulfur which is equal to mass of the sulfur. Mass of the sulfur, what we got? 0.159. What is the mass of the organic compound? They are given 0.53. So it will multiply by which ones you got the 100. Okay, and finally we got, that is you got the 30%. If we do the calculations here, we are going to get the which one 30%. Okay, the option is D. The option is D. Okay, next one. Hyperconjugation involves the overlap of the following orbitals. Okay, now we have to identify where we are going to identify the hyperconjugation. Remember this concept here, hyperconjugation. So this hyperconjugations we can identify. So where we are going to identify, that is if alkyl group. Okay, remember this concept here. If alkyl group is attached to, if the alkyl group, that means they have to contain. So this alkyl group, they have to contain hydrogen atom. They have to contain at least one hydrogen atom. If this alkyl group is attached to which one? The alkene, or maybe the which is the free radical. Maybe the free radical, or maybe the which is the carbocation. So if the alkyl group containing at least one hydrogen atom is attached to the alkene or free radicals or the carbocations, what you can identify the hyperconjugation. Okay, during the hyperconjugation, let me take the particular example here. I am going to take the propene. Just go through this one here. This is the alkyl group which is attached to the alkene. I'm going to take the alkene, that is a CH double bond CH. Okay, just go this one. This is the alkyl group which is attached to the alkene. Okay, so now we can identify the hyperconjugate. Maybe the alkene, maybe free radicals, or maybe the carbocation. So this the alkyl group which is containing a 3 hydrogen, but only one hydrogen is involved. See this one here. The sigma bond completely breaks, and this pi bond is shifted to here, and see the particular resonance here. Here we are going to get CH. Here what you are going to write, that is this one. Okay, that means here we don't have any bond here. That means here we don't have any bond. I am going to write this one. This is the H plus. Here the single bond that completely breaks, and what does it form? That is the C double bond. Okay, see the next one here, the CH. Here it is the single bond CH2 minus. Okay, you just identify this one here. Okay, I'm going to erase this one here. Okay, so see this one here. So I'm going to explain this one here. Okay, see this one here. So here I'm going to take the CH3. So whenever this one is attached to the which is the alkenes. Okay, so I'm going to write this is the H, and here it is the CH2, and this particular the hydrogen, that is a sigma bond comes here, and here we are going to get the pi electrons here. Now you just go to this one. This is the resonating structure here. So here is the H, C, and the H. We don't have the bond because it completely breaks, and here it forms the particular the H plus, and here is the double bond. Here it is the CH single bond CH2, that is the minus. Just identify. So which electron shifted here? The sigma. And next thing is which electron is displaced here? That is the pi electron. That means here the involvement will be the sigma, and the next thing is the pi bond. If the interaction taking place between the sigma and the pi, this effect what you are going to call, that is the hyperconjugation. So we are going to call it as a which one? That is the hyperconjugation effects. Okay, so remember one thing, if the alkyl group, they have to contain at least one hydrogen. If it is attached to the alkene or free radical, or maybe the which is the carbocation, here we can identify this type of the effects. That means here the option is which the sigma and pi bond. Okay, next one. Which of the following acid has the lowest pKa value? So before that, we have to identify the which is what is the significance of the Ka and the pK. Just go to this one here. So I'm going to take the which is the Ka. Okay, higher the value of Ka, so stronger will be the acid. Stronger will be the acid. So we know that pKa is nothing but the negative logarithm of the which is the K. That means if the pKa is if the Ka value is the I, the pKa value is the low. That means lower the value of pKa, again the which one, the stronger will be the acid. Okay, now we have to identify the lowest pKa value means what? You have to identify the which is the strongest acid. You have to identify the which is the strongest acid. So it's nothing but the which is the low pKa. So Just go this one. Chloroacetic acid. I'm going to write the particular formula here. So chloroacetic acid. And next thing is your the bromoacetic acid. So BrCH2COOH. And again we are going to have the nitroacetic acid. And the last one we are having a which is what the cyanoacetic acid, that is this one, the CnCH2COOH. But see this one. So this is also electron withdrawing, this also electron withdrawing. But you have to identify. So if you have the strongest electron withdrawing group, acidic strength goes on increases. Okay. Out of the four, the strongest electron withdrawing is which is the nitro, which withdraws the electrons very fast. Hence the release of H plus also becomes the fast, and that shows the strongest acid. So this particular the acid which is having the lowest pK value because it is the strongest acid. Okay, hence the option is the C. Okay, so next one. In Gelda's method, the ammonia from 5 gram of food neutralizes 30 cm cube of 0.1 normal acid. Okay, the percentage of nitrogen in the food is, okay, you have to remember this equation. So calculate the which is the percentage of nitrogen. Okay, so see this one here. So we are having 1.4 into normality. Remember one thing, always you have to take the normality. If they given the molarity, convert into the normality. Okay, so into the V, that is the volume. Okay, that's the volume of the particular the acid. So divided by the which is the mass of the organic compound. So 1.4, what is the normality we are having here? 0.1. What is the volume they are given? That is the 30 cm cube. The mass of the particular the organic compound, that is the 5. So if you do the calculations here we are going to get the 0.84%. Okay, hence in this case the option is that is the A. Okay, so next one. Which of the following has the most nucleophilic nitrogen? The nucleophilic nitrogen means what? They have to contain more electron density on the nitrogen, and they have to donate. Just identify this one. Here this nitrogen contains 1 lone pair, and here also it contains which is the 1 lone pair. Here also it is containing 1 lone pair. Okay, just go this one here. Okay, it also contains 1 lone pair. But see this one here. Here also we can identify the resonance. See this one. This pi electrons comes here. This pi electrons goes here. This, okay. We can identify the resonance. But these electron remains on the nitrogen atom as it is. But come to this one. If this particular the nitrogen which is attached to this one, here we can identify. So see this one. This lone pair comes here, and here we can identify the resonance here. Just identify here. The electron present on the nitrogen atom which is involved in the resonance, hence the electron density on the nitrogen atom is the less. Similarly, the same way here also, this lone pair of electron is involved in the resonance. Okay, like this. Okay, so this will becomes here. Okay, here also we can identify the resonance. That means again the electron density on this nitrogen atom will be the decreases. So come to this one here. Here this will becomes here. Okay, this will be goes here. But remember one thing here. Okay, I'm going to split this this structure here. Just go to this one here. So this is the double bond, double bond, double bond. Here I'm going to write the NH. I'm going to split this one also. Okay, so you just identify this one. So we know that this is the delta minus, this is the delta plus. It is containing a lone pair. So here the resonance taking place on the both the side. Just go to this one. Here also. And here also we can identify. That means the electron density on this nitrogen atom is very less. Okay, hence what you have to identify, the most nucleophilic means what you have to identify the more electron present on the nitrogen atom. Okay, so here the particular the nitrogen present on this compound which is involved in the resonance, but here we can identify the resonance, but lone pair present on the nitrogen atom is not involved in the resonance, hence it is which is the most nucleophilic nitrogen. Okay, so next one. The relative stabilities of the following carbocations will be in the order. Okay, so this one, just remember one thing here. Carbocations. So it may be any carbocation. Just identify. If it is containing, that means if the carbocation is attached to, the which one, the electron donating group. Okay, electron donating group. Stability is increases. Stability is what? Increases. Suppose to this carbocation, if you have the electron withdrawing group, okay, stability of the carbocation will be what? Decreases. Okay, stability of carbocation will be what? Decrease. This concept you have to remember. Okay, but just identify this one. This is the word the carbocation. This is the word the hydrogen never donates, never withdraws. But we know that all the alkyl group act as electron donating. But come to this one. This is also the carbocation. But remember one thing. Here this oxygen containing a word the electron rich. Hence this is involved in the word the resonance. Okay, so now you just identify. Here we can identify the hyperconjugation. Here we can identify the word the resonance. That means resonance effect is more compared to the word the particular the word the hyperconjugation. Hence this becomes the word the most stable. Not only the word the oxygen, it may contain the word the nitrogen also. We can identify the most stable. Hence the C, which is the word the more stable than the word the B, which is more stable than the which in the word the A. So this concept you have to remember. Okay, so if for the any carbocation, if it is attached to the word the group, that means the particular the word the atom containing a lone pair, so that particular the word the carbocations is the most stable. And also you have to remember this one. If the carbocation is attached with the electron donating group, stability of the carbocation increases. If the carbocation is attached to the electron withdrawing groups, the stability of the carbocation is what the decreases. Okay, hence in this case this is the word the order. The option is A. The option is A. Next one. So which of the following group is ortho and para directing for electrophilic attack? Okay, now just go to this one here. I'm going to split the particular the group here. That is the word this NH2, which this nitrogen containing which in the lone pair. Similarly, I'm going to expand the particular structure. The sulfonic acid we are having like this. Okay, this is what the OH. The nitrile we are having like this. The CN. For the nitro group, I'm going to write the particular nitro group in this form. Okay, just go to this one here. So electrophilic attack. So normally we know that the aromatic compound readily undergoes electrophilic separation reaction. Just go to this one here. I'm going to take this group here, the first one. This is the NH2, because there is a exceptions here. That means here in this case the key atom is the nitrogen, so which is containing a the lone pair. But here this the key atom is sulfur, carbon and the nitrogen. This will be does not containing a lone pair. Just go to this one here. During the resonance here, so here this pi electron shifted to this one. Okay, just go to the next one here. So here carbon to the nitrogen forms the which is the double bond, and here what you are going to get, this is the plus, and here this will be carries the negative charge. So further resonance we can identify like this. Okay, so now we got the negative charge on the which is the para positions here. Okay, and see the next one, double bond NH2, this is the plus. Okay, still we can identify the resonance. Okay, this will be goes here again, this will be goes again, finally you are going to get this compound here. But during the resonance, you just identify here, this the negative charge is on the which on the ortho, again the para. Again if you do the resonance, that will be goes to the ortho position. That means, so at this position the minus that indicates that electron rich. So whenever the electrophile comes here, it will be directed towards the ortho as well as the para, because in those two positions the electron density is more, and the electrophile is attached to the ortho and para position. But if I identify the rest of the group here, so let me take the nitrile group here. Okay, I'm going to take this one here. Just go to this one here. If I take the nitrile group here, so we are having carbon to nitrogen will be the triple one. So we know that this will be the less electronegative rather than the which is the nitrogen. Okay, this is the more electronegative, and this will be goes to here because it is electron more electronegative, and this pi electron goes to here. See the first resonating structure here. So here we are going to get in the ortho position there will be the plus, and here we are having a double bond C, double bond, that is the N. Okay, just go to this one here. So here we got the which is this one. So here we got the minus, and here we got the double bond. This will be carries the positive. Further resonating structures again in the para positions we are going to get the plus. The plus indicates that the deficiency of electrons. Okay, and here we got, so this is the carbon, this is the double bond, the nitrogen will be this one. Okay, just go this one. In the ortho position there is the deficiency of electron, and even the para also there is a deficiency of electron. That means whenever the electrophile means the electron deficient, hence it cannot goes to the which in the electron deficient positions here, hence they directed towards the meta. That means these group they shows the which is the minus M, especially these three they shows the minus M, but this one shows the which is the plus M. So the plus M effect always shows the which one the ortho and the para. In this case the option is the which one, A. Okay, so next one, the IUPAC name of acrylaldehyde. Okay, you have to know the particular the compound here, the acrylaldehyde. So the structure of the acrylaldehyde is what, the CH2 double bond CH single bond CH2. According to the what the rules, the IUPAC system, we have to give the numbering to the what the functional group carbon here. So this is the what the this one. Okay. So now we got the 3 carbon. If it is 3, we are going to call it as a probe, and we are ranking which is the in, that is present in the what the second position, and the first positions we are ranking aldehyde, that is what the suffix for the aldehyde is what al. Okay. Probe 2 in 1 all. Okay. Hence the option is which one? That is the what the D. Okay. Let's see the next one here. So the most suitable method for the what the separations of 1:1 mixture of the ortho and para nitrophenol. Okay, just identify this one here. Ortho and the para nitrophenol. Okay, let me write the particular structure of ortho and para nitrophenol. So this is the what the phenol here. Okay, I'm going to write the which is the what the particulars of the nitro group here. Okay, here between the what the hydrogen to this one, what you can identify is what the intramolecular hydrogen bond. Okay, see the next one here. If you're talking about the para nitrophenol, this is the what the para nitrophenol here. Okay, this is the what the N double bond O, and here we are going to have like this. So again I'm going to take the which in the one more, this is what the molecule, okay, of the which one, the para nitrophenol. Here I'm going to write the N double bond O. So like this. Okay, just go to this one here. So this is the what the OH. So here what you can identify the what the intermolecular hydrogen bonding. You just identify this is, here we can identify the intra, here we can identify the what the inter. Okay, that means the strongest bond is the which is the what the this one. This is what the strongest bond. Okay, the strongest bond is this one. That means if the bond is very strong, that means it requires which is the very higher boiling point. That means you requires which a very high temperature. Okay, hence here there is a differences in the which is the boiling point. Hence if there is a difference in the boiling point, we can easily separate by doing the which one, the simple distillation. Okay, by using the distillation process, we can separate the what the orthonitrophenol and the para nitrophenol present in the what the mixture. Okay, in this case the option is which one? A.